What is up, guys? In today's video we have another Inside the Mind style video. We're going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do find this video helpful and informative, remember to give a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Almost got that default crown. Didn't want him to leave it on the pregame lobby. And let's get right into it. I guess we're just going to go Slappy. It's, you know, the hot drop this game, and the radio tower is spawned next to it, which is like over here. So that's good. Slappy did get changed this season. There's now like a little vault here. Not like the greatest in terms of getting a mythic or anything, but the boss here does drop a gold combat SMG, and that vault is nice just to get a little bit of extra loot out of the POI. And the factory side over there, which is where the vault is, has a lot of the heist bags, which could be like pretty good odds of you getting shockwaves. But even if you don't get shockwaves that way, Cabby Lame, the NPC that sells it, is near here, so really nice. Usually I can clear Slappy and then have enough time to go see Cabby before the radio tower spawns, which is always good. Got the pizza, which was a new addition in this week's update, or it's a previous item that came back, but they reworked it to where now it does give more shield than it did before, and also it can get you up to 100 shield, whereas previously the pizza was capped at getting you to 150 health. It does less white health now than it did in the past. They kind of like reworked the item. And like Slappy is kind of weird here now because there is that vault, and I like getting the rewards from that vault, but you kind of always have to be aware of the fact that somebody could just rush the boss. And I guess that's not the biggest deal. Like, see, there's fighting going on over there now. Not the biggest deal, but I would much rather fight these people when they're like up here than like when they're camping in the vault, you know? So I kind of try to loot that building and then get over to here if I can before they kill the boss or as they're killing the boss. Any, you know, place with NPCs can get kind of crazy though, just because there's so much shooting and footsteps and all that going on in the POI. That NPC is shooting at somebody on the back side of the building. Oh, he's behind that tree. The key card is down. Not an ideal fight. I like slid there when I didn't mean to, and it like completely threw my aim off. I wonder if this guy's still up here, if he's in the building part. No, he's still up here. Full shocks. Don't know if this guy knows I'm up here or not. Seems like he does. Should have picked up the EMP grenade instead of an AR here. Jeez. Not really a fan of either of these shotguns, but we'll take what we can get for now. Where's the key card? Some footsteps over here. Yeah, it's AI though. Go and take that out while we can. But yeah, like I was trying to say, I like to get here like as fast as I can to potentially stop people from just camping the vault. Like that player that we fought on top of the roof wasn't the greatest player in the world, but also wasn't the worst by any means. And so I would rather just have a more normal fight with them, or like catch them off while they're killing the boss, rather than have a fight where they're just like camped in this vault and not really like doing anything, you know? And it's not like getting this vault is the biggest deal in the world either, too. You could just like completely leave it, and I feel like that's fine. Pizza was really helpful there though. The pizza is a good healing item. 30 shield in like a very short time span it takes for you to eat it, and just be a huge game changer in a fight. Because I don't know what that player that we fought on the roof had for heals, but like I think we healed more than him faster. I think also if I had a different shotgun, that also would have gone better for me. I don't really like using the regular Maven. I pretty much never use it at all this season. Like the only time I use the Maven this season is like when it's exotic or like when I have to. And we do end up getting the exotic Maven. I grabbed that, you know, Keymaster augment just because I figured we'd check what were in these hollow chests. I already had one key, so even if I didn't get that, we could have had that purple pump there, which I would be happy to have. Now we got on the go bag. W. Here, we can go ahead and use these real quick. And like, even with dealing with the AI at Slappy and kind of like playing that factory area like slow, just kind of like playing for timing there, we still have about a minute to get to the radio tower that's over here. So it's like Slappy, I feel like could be so good when this radio tower spawns. And of this radio tower spawn, it's like either right here or right here. And I feel like the one closest to me is like what it always is for whatever reason. Like I feel like I have this one spawn way more frequently than the one on the other side of the racetrack. Just open these up and see if I can get any shockwaves out of here. Unfortunately, we haven't found an ice wall yet, but we'll worry about that after the radio tower. Let's see if we get any like Deku crates or anything afterwards, or if I'll just like end up eliminating someone who has it. Oh, there it is. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a shockwave. And since this ice wall came out, this has kind of been the setup I've been using. Shotgun AR, heals, shockwaves, and then ice wall. Even if I didn't have this exotic Maven, I'm fine using the sharp tooth with this type of setup. I've done it a lot. It's not the best thing. Like, if you're gonna run two guns, I feel like the exotic Maven is definitely the way to go. But unless you're landing Rumble Ruins and spending 800 gold a game, you're probably not gonna have this every single match, you know? So the sharp tooth can definitely get the job done, especially if you play a little bit more safe. Like, when you go twin mag AR versus combat SMG, if you're just like taking a 50-50 fight, that's not really in your favor. But, you know, if you play around your cover well and play smart, I think you can definitely make sharp tooth and AR work. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. There's two people here. Like 100% of the time, if you put the keycard in the thing, someone will start shooting you afterwards. I'm pretty sure it was two people because we had that player there shooting me with their grenade launcher, and then it seemed like there was somebody on my left as well. And this is like the insane power of the ice wall, is that use it there on the first guy, and then it's recharged again. And it's about to be recharged again, and I just used it. Like, it's just so good. The ice wall. I think this other person over there might be an AI. Yeah, the way those people are fighting, I feel like is how AI fight. I don't know. It seemed like they were shooting for so long. Like when you just hear like AR shots getting traded for like way too long, I feel like almost always it's AI versus AI. It's not always the case. Seems like this is actually gonna be a real player. Put a bush down, but what we can do here, okay. I was gonna say I can just shockwave onto the bush. Oh, he had a crown. I was gonna say I could shockwave onto the bush and then put the ice wall, and that will break his bush, I'm pretty sure, and maybe force him off of that cliff if he was just gonna like sit in the bush and tank it. But he just used the bush to break line of sight it there and then just kept shockwaving. Definitely the better play. It would have been better for him if he had more bushes though. Unfortunately he didn't. But like if he shockwaved down into here and then put another bush and then maybe healed a little bit, it would have been much better for him than just like having the shockwave away. But he didn't have more bushes, so he kind of had to just, you know, do what he could. Okay, so now we're in third zone and we see fourth zone. And seeing fourth zone once you have the radio tower is huge because island. I really like controlling island this season. I think it's important. And when you see where fourth zone is, island is going to spawn somewhere in fourth zone, always. And so the current potential spawns for it in this zone, I think there's one over here. There's one over here, and there's one over here as well. I'm going to go kind of be over here because I feel like that's within like decent distance of all of the spawns. And then once we actually are in fourth zone and we see which island it ends up being, we can get there quickly. So if you have radio tower, it makes it really easy to see where island is going to be, or at least predict where island is going to be. Probably the best thing you could do, even if you don't know the island spawns, is just go to the center of fourth zone before it opens up. And then if you're center fourth, you'll be able to easily get there when island spawns. And so I think what I'm going to do is just go see Cabby. I think that's the play. Buy some more shockwaves, and then we'll basically be center fourth. Would have liked to have killed that guy that was rocket ramming, but I was also getting shot in the back, and I don't have the most shockwaves anyway, so it's like even if I flush that, I'm not going to have shocks afterwards. So we can just go here, get shockwaves, and then see if any of those people end up following us. I do have on the go bag, so I could have just opened stuff to get it, but I just don't. I don't care about the little bit of gold I'm going to be wasting there. Maybe just get up here. You won't let me break the wall I want. I want to break the top one, bro. There we go. And we'll see what island is going to be in 44 seconds. But you see how I'm like kind of center of this zone. No matter where it goes in the zone, I should be able to easily get there in time. If it ends up going to the spawn that's like all the way over there, I'm probably just not even going to bother with it. One of the main things I like controlling island for this season is just the fact that if you're up there with a twin mag AR, anybody else on the map is just easy pickings. And the lobbies are typically so dead this season that just being on island and being able to see a large portion of the zone, I feel like is actually just the best way to get kills. Because you can see so much like area on the map, you know? Kind of like here, like I could see so much of what's going to be in zone from here that like should be easy for me to find people. Okay, it ends up going that spawn. So we're going to go here, and you see this island will be relevant in the next zone too, because we see fifth zone. Anybody in this area when we're on that island is just going to be easy beams with the twin mag AR. I'm going to go to this building that has the launch pad. See if I can open anything to get on the go back to proc. Seems like all this was already opened, unfortunately. More shocks. Gonna break this tree, so if anyone ends up coming here, they can't use that as cover. And I don't even really care that much about capturing it. Like I said, my main goal of being here is just to beam people from here, and then also prevent other people from being up here and beaming me. That is the thing I'm most concerned about. Like if you like the infiltrator, like the mythic one is fine for sure, but for me, I would rather not use that. I'd rather have like the sharpshooter shotgun or the exotic maven in this case. These two people probably are about to fight. Maybe not. This guy might make it to the building in time. Now they might fight in the building. Never mind. Every time I say they're about to fight, they like do something. Or maybe they fight now. Nope. This is the one I had like hit the most though. Oof. And that's what I was talking about. Like just being up here on island, you are going to fry people if your ARM is good. Rip. Going off island might be like a bad play, but I wanted to kill that guy when I could, man. I thought I didn't think he would just hit a zip right away. I thought he would just like drop down here and heal. A lot of players aren't prepared for you just to drop on them like that. And go here and try to get a low ground shotgun shot on him. We have Maven, so we can kind of play that dumb. But when you're on house, or when you're not on house and the other player already has top, this like spot right here is so good for low ground shots, where you can hit them without exposing very much. High ground is often favored, but like there are ways that you can play low ground peaks that, you know, are advantaged for low ground. And people who play build mode, I feel like, are really kind of already aware of those things. Because that's like something you use in build fights a lot, like those low ground peaks. Same thing I talked about earlier. I'm gonna go on this guy. I have him weak. He seems like a decent player. Kill him while I can. While we have the advantage. Another player just zipped up. I don't think they zipped up to island though. They zipped up to like this ice part here. That's his NPC. He beamed this guy. He has like 20 health left. There was another player that had just rifted. I'm just gonna go ahead and get out of here. I think this island has like 40 seconds and like while it's still in zone anyways. Unfortunately, I used a lot of shockwaves there and didn't get much back. But we have on the go bag, so it shouldn't be the most difficult thing for me to get shockwaves. And then when that guy was on the house, when I went into the attic, I was hoping to hit a shot or two on him before I got into that attic part. Unfortunately, I didn't. And then I ended up using the ice wall, hoping just to knock him off the roof. But it ended up in a weird spot, and I couldn't just like walk up the ice for some reason because of how the building was, so I had to go around. Ended up working out just fine, but one of the other benefits of the ice wall is that anytime you're fighting somebody around an awkward spot like that, just put it down. Fortunately, this guy's camping in the bush. I don't know if he chased me. He shockwaved out. I don't know where he shockwaved to, though. I'm just going to walk around my ice wall out. That way we can react quick. He probably just shockwaved to a different bush to go and hide in it. He hit me like 100 with that shotgun shot too. Like, that's not bad shot by any means. If I didn't have the ice wall there and didn't have shockwaves, then like that might not have gone my way. I kind of want to try to get more shockwaves. I don't have the most. There's a guy behind us, but I just want to push this guy out because he's weak. Get rid of the weak one. That may have been the guy sitting in the bush. He had a gold pump. I think the other guy's like on the other side of this wall. It's an AI. 2 opponents remain. We got full shocks off this guy, which is huge. Unfortunately, I only have 1 slurp now, but it's okay. That fight was not great though. It took me way too long to get on my ice wall. I feel like that's been the most inconvenient thing about me using this setup, is just that I'm not like, I don't have that muscle memory yet perfectly with like getting to the ice wall exactly or immediately when I need to. So I just like walking around with it out if I'm not in a fight. I don't think this is in zone, but we can hit shots on him and then, okay, yeah, I think we are in zone actually. I was gonna say I can hit shots on him and then like by the time zone catches up, we'll have another one to use anyways, and then I can move up the little bit I need to without really having to worry about it because this thing is infinite. He popped a slurp, so he's gonna be relatively healthy now. Again, we can push off this. Not much of a care in the world because by the time I hit the ground, I'm gonna have it back. GG's. It's just the amount of repositioning you can do with the ice wall without being concerned about it is just so OP. Like, if I was using bunkers in those situations, I would probably be more inclined to, like, play off my bunker and not give it up, because it's, you know, those are my bunkers and I may or may not have more left after that. But with the ice wall, you can just like kind of, you know, put one, beam somebody, shockwave, put another one, beam them again, and just like keep doing that. You could be so mobile with your cover with the ice wall. It's just so good. It's one of the best items I think we've ever had in Zero Build. Just rechargeable infinite cover, and like the recharge on time on it is very forgiving. It's like 12 seconds and you can get it done really quick. So use those ice walls, you know, don't worry about using them. You saw like over the course of this game I used them in several fights multiple times, or like I had used several ice walls in a single fight multiple times. But that is gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful, informative, interesting. As always, if you did, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what you think of the ice wall and if you've been taking advantage of it in Zero Build so far.